Could this be the beginning of the very end for Xbox? Well, it's not looking good, man, especially after that massive acquisition of Activision. It's just not looking good, my friends. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. If you guys do enjoy this one, be sure to consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel more than you may realize. Lets YouTube know you guys enjoy the content, and then they share it with other people. So anyways, if you guys don't like it though, it's completely fine as well. If you don't, let me know though what I could do to improve the content in the future and all that good stuff. And if you want to stick around for more, we do a variety of gaming content here on the channel. All right, let's get into all the news. There's a lot of news to catch you guys up on. You might have heard bits and pieces. Maybe you've heard it all. Maybe you haven't heard any of it. Either way, let's go ahead and discuss it as well. So let's start this with this quote from Bloomberg, talking about the fact that Microsoft, Xbox, they're shutting down some companies, especially within Bethesda, and they're shutting down the developer of Hi-Fi Rush. And anyways, let's go ahead and just read the first quote. There's a lot of quotes to go through because there's a lot of news, and anyways, it's crazy. So first things first, from Bloomberg, employees were shocked by the unexpected shuttering Tuesday of 3 Xbox subsidiary. How do you say that word? I'm drawing a blank right now. Subsidiaries? Yeah, I think that's how I say it. Anyways, and the absorption of a fourth. The closures included Tokyo-based Tango Gameworks, which last year released the critically acclaimed action game Hi-Fi Rush, which, by the way, I think a lot of people seem to enjoy. I think it was considerably successful as far as I'm aware. Anyways, Tango was in the process of pitching a sequel, said the people who asked not to be identified, discussing non-public information. During a town hall with ZeniMax staff on Wednesday morning, Xbox president Matt Booty praised Hi-Fi Rush, but did not specify why the company had shut down the development studio behind it, according to 3 people who were in attendance. So again, there's multiple sources coming out of this. Furthermore, from Bloomberg, you can see up on screen, before its closure, Arcane had been looking to return to its roots by pitching a new single-player game, sort of like an immersive sim game, such as a new entry in the Dishonored series, according to the people familiar. Jill Braff, head of ZeniMax Studios, said in the town hall that she hoped the reorganization would allow the division, which also develops Fallout and Doom, to put more focus on fewer projects. It's hard to support 9 studios, the quote says, all across the world with a lean central team with an ever-growing plate of things to do, she said, according to audio of the meeting reviewed by Bloomberg. I think we were about to topple over, she added. Both Tango and Arcane released games last year, and were looking to hire additional staff as they pitched new projects, which Booty and Braff suggested was the main factor behind their closures, apparently. Shinji Mikami, Tango's founder and studio head, departed last year. And then we got some more quotes. We got this one from The Verge as well. It says, today, one day after Microsoft announced that it would shut down 4 of its game studios, Matt Booty, head of Xbox Game Studios, held a town hall to discuss the division's future goals. We need smaller games that give us prestige and awards, he apparently told employees, according to internal remarks shared with The Verge. And I don't know, a lot of people said, isn't Hi-Fi Rush considered a smaller game? But maybe he means smaller than that? I mean, I don't know. Hi-Fi Rush did good, right? Didn't it? I mean, it seemed to be doing pretty good. But now it's like, well, okay, let's just shut them down. I don't know. Let's just get through all the quotes and then we'll discuss all this, because I just want to tie everything together and then we'll just kind of discuss. The last quote is also coming from The Verge. This has to do with Microsoft debating putting Call of Duty on Xbox Game Pass. You can see it up on screen. They've basically been having internal debates whether to put new releases, of Call of Duty in Game Pass or not, and then I think it's Tom Warren that wrote this piece from The Verge, saying, I understand this is a debate that has been ongoing internally for quite some time, with concerns from some that the revenue that Call of Duty typically generates for Activision Blizzard will be undermined by Game Pass. Then he says, I'm told that Microsoft has also considered increasing the price of Ultimate Game Pass, or Game Pass Ultimate again, these are only considerations. So a final decision could still mean, could mean we still see a future Call of Duty release appear in most versions of Xbox Game Pass. The debate internally reflects the fact that Microsoft's Xbox strategy has shifted from just delivering its games exclusively into Game Pass to considering bringing more Xbox games to multiple platforms. So again, there's a lot to kind of take out from this. There's a lot to kind of pick apart. Because again, we got closures, we got all sorts of things, and I think a lot of people see the news on closures, and they instantly, they get upset naturally because a lot of people are getting laid off, and you don't want to see people get laid off. That's a lot of people that are jobless now. Excuse me, with the industry being so in such a pickle, man. Like, there's layoff after layoff after layoff. The industry as a whole is not in a good position. So when you see that, you obviously feel for people, you sympathize with people, as we should, that have lost their jobs. But on the flip side, it's like we just don't know, right? We as like the normal people, we're kind of observing this from the outside, and we're just these people are losing their jobs, and these stupid big corporations, and there's some truth to that to some extent, but we also don't know like everything that's going on, behind closed doors either. We don't know the business side of things. I'm not pretending like I know. I mean, maybe there's more knowledge out there than I have, but it's a very difficult situation, right? Because at one sense, they're businesses, right? So they got to manage the businesses as well as they can. But at the same time, it's like you do question, well, are they managing it the best they can? You know what I mean? Like, are they actually managing it in a good way? And so that's always kind of the I guess argument, the debate, if you will, with this. So it's really unfortunate to see so many jobs lost in the industry, especially lately across the industry, not just Xbox, but I mean, there's Riot before as well, right? There was goodness, who else? I mean, there's a lot. PlayStation, right? Bungie, like so many different ones. All that to say, regarding Xbox Game Pass, I mean, this is a big debate too. They just acquired Activision, and this is something you would have thought they would have, considered and thought of before acquiring Activision. Like, hey, are we going to go and are we going to put Call of Duty games into Game Pass? Or are we going to keep it, out of Game Pass? Or what are we going to do? And there's so much that happens there, right? Like, what they could do is put the old games on, see how that does, if that kind of, boosts sales. Because again, right now with Xbox Game Pass, subscriptions are like, they're kind of plateauing and sort of receding as well a little bit. So they're in this weird kind of position where they obviously want to boost subscriptions. They don't want to decline. They want to incline. They don't want to plateau either. And what do you do with Xbox Game Pass and Call of Duty? I mean, if you put Call of Duty in there, then I mean you're gonna have to raise the price again, which they just did recently. And how do you get through that? I mean, that's gonna cause a lot of controversy, right? If you end up doing that, there's so many like variables in this. Like, if they were to do that, then it causes like a lot of controversy. I just don't think that would be a good idea. I really don't. And not the new games. And there's also the fact that even if they do decide to do this, it's not going to be this year, because I'm pretty sure that this year was the last year, at least, that there was a deal with PlayStation and Call of Duty still. I think with the Treyarch's game coming out later on this year, Black Ops 5 or 6 or whatever they're going to be calling it, which we should be hearing about soon in June. Actually, they're going to be revealing that. So the Xbox presentation, which is also going to be interesting. The Xbox presentation, what are we going to see there? I mean, are they going to reveal like a Gears of War? What is it, 6 we're at now at this point? That's been rumored to be in development for quite some time. We're going to see more of the new Fable game. I mean, there's so many different possibilities. Xbox seems to be struggling though, man. They seem to be struggling, and it all started in Xbox One era, if you think about it, right with Don Matrix, whatever. He kind of put his foot in his mouth, and that just kind of gave Xbox a bad reputation. It seemed like Phil Spencer was trying to kind of, salvage what was left. But at the same time, now questions are being raised. Is Phil Spencer just doing more harm than good? Some people are starting to begin to ask that. They went from trusting in Phil. Now they're like, well, I don't know. Can we trust him as head? There's a lot of uncertainty with Xbox, it seems like right now. And the question is, where is that going to end up in the future? Where are we going to end with Xbox? Is it the beginning of the end for Xbox? Are they just going to decline and that's it? Or what's going to happen? I'm very curious to see. I hope they come back, because, healthy competition is great. If they're not in the industry, and if they're not a strong competitor in the industry, which they haven't really been for a number of years, then, that's just going to get Sony and PlayStation to get kind of a little bit complacent and lazy, and that's not good either. So you know, as even if you're a PlayStation fan, you want Xbox to be strong, okay? You want them to be a strong company, so they keep, you know, pushing PlayStation and Sony to do better and to, you know, remain on top. You want that healthy competition. It can be bad for all players, okay? Whether you're an Xbox player or not. So let me know your thoughts on all this news. You know, continue the conversation down in the comment section below. You know, keep it civil. Obviously, you know, we're all civil people, I hope, here. And if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys soon in another one. Tell your friends. Game on. Thanks for watching.
Hey you! What are you doing? Join the Skeleton Army! Do it today! Don't wait till tomorrow because tomorrow might never come. The Earth is gonna fade, that's inevitable. The next second of your life's not even promised, so you better think about where you're going, and you might as well just join the Skeleton Army. Plus, we do kind of like you a little bit, so it'd be nice to see you around here. But if you don't want to, hey, your loss. See you later.